Today I'm going to be reviewing the Ayumi Hamasaki album Colors. So this is the album plus Blu-ray edition, and I decided to get this because it was only a few hundred yen more on the Japanese Amazon than the other editions, so I thought it was worth it to get the Blu-ray. I do have to say that this cover is my least favorite of this album. I really dislike how they designed all the covers of this album, how the word colors is intersecting her face, and in this case it's right on top of her eye, and I don't really get why they did that, like they're trying to be edgy or something like that, but it just doesn't really work. I also think her arms just look weird, like it's a really weird pose on this cover, and the focus is right on the middle of her neck, and I just really don't get this cover at all. Her arm looks really oddly photoshopped too, but I have seen other pictures of her where her arm looks really short in this way, and I think maybe she just might be a really petite person, but I honestly can't tell, and I just think that this cover is super weird and I don't like it at all. So this is the inside, this is the album disc, and this is the Blu-ray disc, and included on the Blu-ray are the music videos as well as a making of for each music video. So the booklet for this is actually amazing, and I really like the photo shoot that they did for this, and all the pictures included are really beautiful. They're actually way better than the cover, so I'm not sure again why they have done that picture for the cover. And as you guys saw, even though this album is called Colors, it is generally a purple theme throughout the art. And if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that this is actually my first Ayumi Hamasaki album that I've ever bought, and this is my first review of her music. And a lot of people, well not a lot, but a few people have commented on my videos asking, why don't you like IU? Do you hate IU? And da-da-da-da. And actually, I don't love her. I don't hate her, but there are certain things I really dislike about her. And I've got to say, the first thing I ever found out about Ayumi when I was a little baby J-pop fan when I was like 14 was that she was someone who has had just a lot of plastic surgery. And if you're one of those IU fans who says she hasn't had plastic surgery, you really need to stop lying to yourself. So that just left a really bad taste in my mouth, and I admit that I really judged her for that, and that wasn't right. And throughout the years, as I've gotten more and more into J-pop, I have actually listened to her music a lot and found some things that I really do like, and this album was one of those things that I really liked. And I was really surprised because this album is very EDM heavy, and if you've seen my Amuro Namie reviews, you would know that I said I really don't like EDM. But anyway, I will get into that more as we get into the album, and I'm going to review the album track by track. So the album opens with this track called Feel the Love. And this is a very upbeat, energetic, classic EDM song, and it's kind of setting the mood and the pace for what we can expect on the rest of the album. I will say that I'm not in love with this song, but I don't hate it either. It's kind of on the middle ground for this album for me. And the choruses, IU's voice is approaching hurting my ears, but it's not quite there yet. So for this song, there were actually two music videos produced for it. One of them is an animated music video, and the other one is just a regular live action video, and I really disliked both of them. For the animated one, I just felt it was very uncreative, and the animation is really poorly done. It's very stiff and limited animation, and the little IU character that's singing only has like an open and closed mouth. She's not actually like forming the words, so it just looks very cheap and bad. And then the other version of the music video caused a lot of drama on the internet because it's starring a overweight Caucasian girl who is running to this song, Feel the Love, and she's trying to lose weight to like impress this guy she really likes. And everyone was talking about how bad of a message that was, and I totally agree. The video was done in completely poor taste, and at the end of the video, this overweight girl transforms into IU, and it just was so bad. Like, everything about the video was so bad. So the next song is XOXO, and I actually really like this song. This is like a girl power party song, and IU's voice sounds very good, and I really like the production of this EDM song. And I actually really like the video for the song as well, even though it is like a phone commercial. I'm not sure who else is in the video with her. There's this other girl that's like dancing with IU. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of IU, so maybe one of you guys can explain that to me in the comments. But yeah, overall I really enjoy this song. It's not among my favorites, but it's probably more up there. Track 3 kind of interrupts this EDM flavor we have with a medium-paced ballad. It's really hard to describe, but it kind of gains speed as we keep going, and this song is actually featuring a male vocalist who is not credited on the track list, but you have to look in the credits of the album, and he is Urata Naoya from AAA. And I actually love their voices together. I really enjoy this song. Again, it's not my favorite or among my favorites on the album. It's kind of middle of the road, but it is a really good song and I don't skip it when I listen to this album. I don't think I said it, but the title of that track is What Is Forever Love. Okay, and next up is track 4, which is Hello New Me. I honestly can't stand this song. I mean, I get that IU was trying to write this empowering ballad about life and stuff like that, but her voice in the choruses is absolutely ear-splitting, and I don't understand why she thought it was cool to sing like that. She does this thing where she sings, whenever she tries to belt an E vowel, she forces it up through her nasal passage, and it just becomes extremely shrill and nasal, and it's awful. Like, I don't know. This is one of those things where I'm like, I don't get Ayumi Hamasaki as an artist, because her voice, honestly, I would rather listen to nails on a chalkboard than her sing these choruses. Hello, new me. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating, but I really don't like the song at all. Track 5 is Pray. This is a ballad, a really traditional J-pop IU style ballad, and it's not EDM, it's like very classical sounding, and it's an okay song, but it's not among my favorites. I feel like I've heard this at least 10 times from IU, so it's only okay to me. Track 6 is Terminal, and let's just be real, I bought this album for this song. Yeah, I could have bought the single, but this whole album was only a few hundred yen more, so I decided to buy the whole album because there were a few other tracks that I really liked on this. It really surprised me because I don't normally like EDM, and I love this song. There's something very unique about the song. It has this very dark tone. There's like this buildup of the beat, and then the beat drops, and all of a sudden IU comes in this very quiet, almost sinister sounding voice. The song just musically in itself seems to tell a story, and it, like I said, it has like this very unique tone, and I really love it. I don't like directly comparing artists, but I think the reason that I didn't like Amuro Namie's albums that were EDM based very much because they just didn't have the same level of production as this album, and I really hate to say that, but if you compare just the quality of the tracks between the two, Hamasaki Ayumi's EDM tracks in this album are very layered and they have a very high production quality, and the EDM tracks on Amuro's albums Feel and Uncontrolled, they honestly sound very flat and they just sound really out of place with her voice. IU's voice seems to fit this style a lot better, and just the overall style of EDM she used is very influenced by European EDM, and I totally love this part in the song where she goes into the pre-chorus. It's just beautiful, and she sings beautifully, and she's not forcing it into her nasal passage like she was doing before, and everything is just coming together in this song, and I probably listened to the song like 50 times. It's really good. Track 7 is Angel. This song starts off okay, but then once we get into the chorus, like Hello New Me, she just lets her voice run away from her, and it's grating. It's not as shrill and nasal, but I don't get the vocal performance in the song really at all. The video for the song is really cheesy. I feel bad saying that because I did watch the making of and they put so much effort into it and stuff, but like I don't get the dramatic interpretive dance in the video, and I don't get all these dramatic things that IU does with her performances. Yeah, I just really dislike this song. I don't get how it was a single, and I don't get what IU is doing with her voice in this case, so I normally skip this song when I'm sitting down to listen to this album. Track 8 is Merry Go Round. And this song is featuring Verbal from M-Flow, and this song was also co-produced by M-Flow. I really enjoy this track for the most part. It's probably my top 5 on this album. I really like the intro to this song and how I was kind of singing dramatically. I'm not as much of a fan of it once the beat drops, and I really don't like Verbal's part in this. I used to be a big fan of M-Flow, but to be honest, their past couple albums weren't that good, and I'm kind of just sick of Verbal shit. Like, he tries to act like he's so cool all the time, and he starts off his rap in a song like, yo, and he starts like every song that way, and he just is never bringing anything new to the table. And on top of that, a couple of years ago when one of M-Flow's albums came out, I saw, not Verbal, but the other member of M-Flow, Takashi, he was tweeting back to people who were sending him hate comments saying that their album sucked, which it did, and saying like fuck you, shut the fuck up, and stuff like that, and it was just so unprofessional, and it immediately made me dislike M-Flow, which sucks because I really did like some of their earlier work, but I think this song would be a lot stronger if verbal were not on the track. But that being said, I really do like IU's parts, and I really like the instrumentation in this and this kind of guitar part that leads into the EDM choruses. There is a music video for this. It was a single. I honestly don't really remember much of it. I think it's IU singing on top of like a building, and then there's like shots of all these different couples. I wouldn't say it's that remarkable of a video. Track 9 is Laelia, and this song's such a jam. It's another EDM song. I can't believe how much I really love the EDM on this album and didn't really care for the other styles of songs on this, but this song is so amazing. It is just so well done. IU's voice is pretty much perfect in it. I really like the video too. There's this stylish type of graphic animation in it, and I like the choreography. I think I might like this song because it has the same sort of beeping noise that I don't know how else to describe it, but it's kind of like a hollow sounding beeping noise that's in Terminal. So these two songs kind of like go together. They're like little friends on this album, and just the chorus is so catchy. It's so repetitive, but in a really good way, because it'll stay stuck in your head for like 5 days. And the last track on Colors is Now and Forever, spelled with the numeral 4 EVA, and I thought we got over those types of song titles in like the early 2000s, but IU's really holding on to them. This is another song that is very classic in IU style, just like Pray. It's sort of like a classical rock sort of power ballad. Is that a thing? It's a good song, but because I feel like I've heard this at least 20 times from IU, it doesn't stand out at all, and I always forget what the song sounds like when I am listening to this album. When it comes to the last track, I'm like, what is the last track again? Oh, it's an IU song. It just sounds like a Ayumi Hamasaki song. So yeah, that was the entire album, guys. I think overall what drew me to this album is the complete switch up of style in a lot of the songs. Like I was saying about the last song there, is that IU's songs tend to be very repetitive to me anyway. Like a lot of her rock songs, the guitar melodies in them just sound exactly the same to me, so none of them stand out, and she just seems to do them all the time. But the other styles on this album were what stood out to me, so I think that was what I liked about it. Maybe you guys will still call me an IU hater, that's fine. I don't hate her, she's just not in my top 3 artists. So just to recap, my top 2 songs are Terminal and Laelia. If I had to pick a third favorite song, it would probably be Merry Go Round. I also really like EXO and XO, so maybe that would replace Merry Go Round just because of Verbal's part on that song. So that was the album Colors by Ayumi Hamasaki. I really hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I want to know what you guys thought of this album, so let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys there, and thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye. I didn't prevent myself from seeing spoilers because everyone was like live tweeting and live blogging everything that was coming out at E3. But yeah, I am really excited for the Tangled World. I really love that movie. I've got to say the first Kingdom Hearts game is my favorite of the franchise. I haven't played